Welcome, everybody, to the Cosmic Humanism Academy of Philosophy. Today, I want to talk about daddy issues. I have come to understand that daddy issues refer to primarily promiscuous tendencies in people. This is because I have observed that fatherless children do tend to grow to be somewhat promiscuous. It is not simply a joke to ask an OnlyFans model about her relationship with her father, as funny as it is. And yes, I know it's not always and not right about everyone. I am speaking about human beings, which is why I am speaking about tendencies and not absolutes. Now, why is it that fatherless homes tend to produce promiscuous people? And if you ask, yes, I checked, there is a scientifically observed correlation between fatherless homes and earlier sexual activity, or what I'm calling promiscuity. Anyway, I think that it's not the fatherless part of the equation, but that it's because the father provides a stabilizing presence that extends to the environment. And it's the environment what actually matters. In biology, there are two opposing evolutionary strategies for offspring production. There are R and K strategies. R strategists prioritize quantity of offspring, whereas K strategists prioritize quality. Let me elaborate. If an environment is unstable and unpredictable, meaning that they can die at any time unpredictably, it makes sense that to successfully reproduce, a being would develop a desire to multiply as much as possible to offset the instability of the survival. So if you pair an unstable environment and a questionable rate of survival with abundance of resources, you get an R strategist, like rabbits or bacteria. On the other hand, with lions, for example, as they are predators, their survival is pretty much somewhat assured. However, food is not as abundant. It's harder to hunt an antelope than to eat some grass. Thus, it makes sense that to invest in their offspring, they would minimize reproduction so that there are not too many children to teach and too many mouths to feed. Throughout history, men have been responsible of providing and protecting. A fatherless home is a home without at least protection. This is because the woman can work and provide the resources needed for sustaining the children. But the lack of protection may, for instance, enhance the mother's natural anxiety, making her prone to lash out at the children, creating the impression that their only caretaker may get rid of them or even kill them. So if there's no hunger because the resources are being provided by the mother, but there is a constant existential anxiety caused by the emotional instability of the mother, does it not make sense for the children to develop an R strategy and hence a tendency for promiscuity? After all, as children, our survival depends on our parents. A parent's emotional state has a huge impact on children's nervous systems. So, in conclusion, fatherless homes influence the environment so that the environment may be perceived as unstable for the children. This makes the children naturally develop a desire to reproduce following an R strategy of offspring production.